sitting in over there and we want to need.
Across there, I can get a picture of you just walking across. Very good place.
Mango coming out.
Mike. the best. Sorry. Different languages. Which helps decide whether ancient Egyptian she's a child of pregnant, she's still small, or able to breathe.
down to the bottom of the grave.
That's a good idea.
I was gone. Good to go.
Here's one coming up. Whoops. There it is. Up ahead of us is Ebury Street. Do I have any fans of James Bond on board? I do. Well, the late Sir Ian Fleming, who wrote the novels, he lived at number 22 on the right side. If you were to walk up on the left, back in 1764, a young 8-year-old Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, he came to London, composed his first symphony here in London. You'll have to excuse me if I seem to be shouting, but I'm having to talk over all the Italians that are not listening. Ambassadors. The white part of Buckingham Palace is up behind those trees there, and that is the entrance to Buckingham Palace around the corner. Now, Buckingham Palace was completed in 1837 by Edward Blore, the architect, and a young 18-year-old Queen Victoria, moved in, and she remained to be the longest reigning monarch in British history. Queen Victoria, to this day, 64 years, the longest reigning monarch in British history. Her, but you know, she had it commissioned. The fifth along is Martin Luther King from the left. Now, if you go inside, there are many kings and queens buried there. Don't miss it. Including, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if Sir Elton John is Sir Elton John, which he is, then his partner is Lady John. Now we're going around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be making a stop for Take Britain. Other side there, on the right side, we'll go past that shortly, and over on the left side we have the Palace of Westminster. The tower nearest to us, that's the Victoria Tower. It's nothing more than a giant filing cabinet with thousands of laws that have been held there and stored. And with the clock, that's St. Stephen's Tower. And inside St. Stephen's Tower we have Big Ben, the 13-ton bell. And it's there, ladies and gentlemen, that laws are discussed and made. Now, anybody for the Imperial War Museum will be stopping around the corner. This is not the stop for your river cruise. Do not get off at the next stop for Thames cruises. If you do, you'll be paying for that. Our river cruise is further along. Yeah, in case they got to get dirty. Oh, yes. And I believe she had a wonderful lunch with the President of the United States. Yeah. But I think he was saying, well, Her Majesty the Queen just looked at me there like a naughty boy. Naughty boy. And then Her Majesty apparently had everybody in stitches at a luncheon. She turned it right back round. She's got a sense of humour, hasn't she? Did he say she was from 1776? That's quite remarkable. The President of the United States making a comment like that in front of royalty. We're not embarrassed, we're just laughing. As you would, what else can you do? Okay, from Holland, okay, fantastic. We've got our European friends here. Grab a seat wherever you want. Next to this gentleman here, I'm sure he'll be very happy to talk to the girl from Holland. Now look over on your right, ladies and gentlemen, we have these beautiful gardens of Lambeth Palace. Look at that. Just past the traffic lights. If you want to make your way down for the London Eye and your river cruises. Bye-bye, bye-bye Australia. Bye, they're from Manchester, UK. Say goodbye to Manchester, everyone. Liverpool, well who said Manchester? That's your daughter. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologise, from Liverpool. I say Manchester the whole way, sorry. And look over on your right, you'll see the London Eye. It's 3 times bigger than the Statue of Liberty. There it is in New York. That's 443 feet high, 135 metres. There are 32 pods on the outside, containing up to 25 people. Over on your left side, here we have the Palace of Westminster. This is where our laws are made and discussed here. Now, the palace was destroyed by fire in 1834. It was rebuilt between 1840 and 1860. The architect was Sir Charles Barry and Augustus Welby Pugin. Look at this statue's life at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. Now the building on your right, 55 Whitehall, here was founded by Sir Robert Peel in 1829, the Bobbies that became the Metropolitan Police. And if you look over on your right, you'll see Great Scotland Yard. Now, as the police force grew, they took offices at the back here, and they dropped the Great, so it became Scotland Yard. Now, the reason it was originally called Scotland Yard was because royalty from Scotland used to lodge here when they came down from Scotland. There you are, some mysteries explained for you. It is early. Yeah. Anybody that wants to see the trooping of the colour, maybe it would be a good idea to get out now. It looks like the crowds are already building up to get your place. It's a very big thing, you won't see. So we're stopping around the corner. I strongly advise you to get off at the next stop for the trooping of the colour. You won't see this again, I promise you. It's a big thing. Because the Mayor of London has done a lot of work here to get rid of the pigeons that were dropping. Now, if you're from Richmond, Virginia, there's now remains from prior to the Great Fire of London. This is a rebuilt tavern from Victorian times. Look at this church on your left, and if you look upwards, you'll see some sculpture denoting 2 mythical figures from London's past, Gog and Magog. And there you can see a statue of Queen Elizabeth I. And down on your left side, number 145 Fleet Street, Ye Old Cheshire Cheese, dating back to the Great Fire of London. If you go into this pub, you step back in time. Up ahead of us, look up ahead of you everybody, that's St. Paul's Cathedral with the dome. Now the dome, ladies and gentlemen, it weighs an astonishing 65,000 tons. 65,000 tons up ahead of you. Now, you may remember the wedding of Diana and Charles in 1981. That was here in St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, there have been 4 other cathedrals on this site. This one is the 5th cathedral to be built here. Beautiful view, I think you would agree, ladies and gentlemen. That's Tower Bridge, built during the reign of Queen Victoria in 1894. The ship you can see in front, that's HMS Belfast, served in the Normandy landings in 1944. Also served in Korea, and it was built in the same shipyard, Harland and Wolff, as the Titanic. And on the far corner, on the left side, there is the Tower of London. To America, you may not know what a gherkin is. That's a pickle. Oh, that's your pickle building there. The bullet-shaped building. This is City Hall, down on your left side. Now we're coming on to Tower Bridge, straight ahead of you. Don't be deceived by the stone. This is not a stone structured building. This is a steel structured building. There's the monument over on your left. We were just there. And there's St. Paul's Cathedral. Now look at the view on both sides, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful view. The bridge was completed, as I mentioned earlier, during the reign of Queen Victoria. Look at the steel as we come under the arch, ladies and gents, just proving my point. And look upwards, you've got the walkways. Look up behind you. You've got these walkways, you can walk across here. There is you can go and see the engine room down below. Tower Bridge exhibition. The engineer was Sir Horace Jones, and he
on with it. Are you in this as well? She's with them. Oh, she's with them. She's not with you. Right, come on in. You and yours. That one there. That one there. She.
Thank you.
Right, come on through.
Point out some of these historic buildings and tell you a little bit of their history. But before we depart along these cobbled paths that have been trod by kings and queens through tales of murder, intrigue, executions, and romance, I want you to come back with me through the mists of time to the year of 1066, a date that is engraved upon the heart of every English schoolboy. Because it's in that year when William, Duke of Normandy, William the Conqueror, had the audacity to invade England and defeat the Saxon king Harold II at the Battle of Hastings under the infamous Bloody Tower, originally called the Garden Tower, but it was just over there they used to lay a garden. But over history that name would slowly change. Tower of Blood, or Bloody Tower, because everybody that seemed to go in there came to a sticky end. And it was here in June of 1483 that two young boys, two princes, had been brought here to the tower by their uncle and protector, a man called Richard, Duke of Gloucester. But sightings of the two young boys, one aged 12, the other 9, playing in and around that tower suddenly ceased. September 1483. They were never, ever, ever seen alive again. And by tradition, they had been murdered in that lower chamber by suffocation with a pillow or stabbing with a dagger. Their broken bodies bundled down the steps to be hidden in a secret spot on the south side of this tower. And it was there that those bodies would remain concealed for 191 years. Until at last, during the reign of Charles II, workmen who were working on a stairwell there, they discovered a chest. Now at first they thought they'd found treasure, and they brushed away the soil and dirt. They broke open that aged lock, but there was no gold, no silver, no jewels, just the rotten, skeletal remains of two small boys. So the king then ordered that the remains of the two young princes be placed into an urn that had been designed by Sir Christopher Wren, the architect of St. Paul's Cathedral. They were then reburied in Westminster Abbey in a spot called Innocents' Corner, and there they remain to this very day. And here before you is where it all began, the great Norman keep known as the White Tower. Now, work began on this tower in the year of 1078, and it took over 20 years to complete under the direction of Gundulph de Beck, the Bishop of Rochester. It stands almost 100 feet high and has walls tapering to 11 feet thick at the top. It's up there in the top floor where the royal family once lived for well over 500 years in sumptuous apartments. The floor below there used to be a banqueting hall and a council chamber. Knights and their ladies would occupy this lower floor. And yet, there was another floor with no windows, deep below the ground here, where the walls are the thickest, and these earth embankments would not let out the cries of pain. Because it is down there, in a dark, dank, evil corner of that tower where once upon a time the tower torture chamber was housed.
These little needle, crochet needle pads.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's what they are. It'd be kind of hard to get needle in there.
Es hatte mal jemand gegeben, im 17. Jahrhundert, der hat die Krone gewählt, da waren noch nicht so viele wie jetzt, aber gestohlen, die Lunge, die Krone wird gesehen, da wurde gefragt, ob er etwas vergessen.
Mami. બારે છે વાત ઓલા બારે છે
Chole, please do not touch.
Yeah.
Go over London Bridge.
Get a view now of the street market every weekend.
Well, yeah, it's like sort of like
Back up over to the gate.
Statues just above the Hawksmoor door. If you pull forward, hopefully this LT bus will get out of the way. The line of statues there is the Wall of Modern Martyrs, and it's a relatively new addition to the Abbey. And ahead of us on the right. ahead of us on the right is Oceanic House, the former headquarters of the White Star Line.
Kitchen. Bread. Micro. He's a bleeding alcoholic, he is.
Oh my God.
He's already drunk off a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Well, that's nothing.
That's right. Fridge. Stilton cheese. Coke. Milk. English throne. 8. Earnhardt. This is my bedroom. It's all my medications. British pounds. All my stuff. Scott and Katie's pictures. It's my bed. Lovely bed. There's Ripple. Sad, ain't it? Turn it out, Clint.
Dámelo, Misha, dámelo, dámelo.
Places where they had footholds. Yeah. It was a foundation or wooden. It was a wooden. At one stage or another, it was wooden.
I think so.
Beer gun.